Chances are you heard about the Wells Fargo credit card scheme that impacted millions of people across our country. Well, now you may assume that most of those victims in the case, they'll have their day in court against Wells Fargo, right? And make them pay. Probably not going to happen. This morning, we're taking a look inside this case. We have attorney Jim Higgins from the Higgins Firm joining me. First of all, tell us about the scheme, if people don't know.
Well, yeah, it's affected millions of people. It's all been up on Capitol Hill right now, where they've been doing the investigations, and they were opening fraudulent credit card accounts. I think lower end employees would get bonuses and things like that, and so there were millions of them opened, and all these people didn't realize that their credit would be impacted, and they had to look just like that when they found out.
Yeah,
right?
It was at my face. I'm like,
right.
Seriously, they were just opening fraudulent
yes,
cards.
So it's impacted, like we said, millions of people, they think, and so they've already, about a year or so ago, before it started getting all the attention and spotlight, there was a class action that was filed because a lot of people didn't really have a lot of damages. It just was a credit card open in their name. It was an invasion of privacy. It may have impacted them a little bit, but nothing big. So it wasn't enough where an individual would bring a lawsuit. You couldn't afford a lawyer, the cost of all that, it wasn't worth it. And that's what a class action is for. It's for when there's a lot of people with a little bit of damage, and it allows them to kind of band together and say, hey, this shouldn't have happened. Well, in all of these credit card agreements, just like yours, is an arbitration agreement, and so these have been getting tossed out left and right, and that's coming up on the Senate floor now, or the committee that's investigated this, and they're saying these folks will never even have a day in court because of all these arbitration agreements.
Really? So something that was signed in that tiny little fine print that you possibly didn't read means you won't be able to build a case against Wells Fargo. So what do people do if this happened?
You know, it's tough. I mean, I think what's going to have to happen is if the laws are going to have to change. Arbitration agreements used to be a very rare thing. Now you sign them everywhere and you have no idea. So really, I think what the point of all this is going to happen is Congress is going to have to come in and say, hey, arbitration agreements are for big, sophisticated companies to argue about things between themselves. They're not to keep a little guy that you've defrauded from getting their money back.
Oh, it just makes me kind of angry when I hear about this. I know, you too, right? Well, if you have more questions, you can always call Jim at the Higgins Firm. It's 1-800-705-2121. You can also go to thehigginsfirm.com to find out more information. Thanks for coming in.